Okay, here we are live, March 10, 2026. Live from New York, it is Tarot Tuesday. Welcome. Welcome to this episode. Welcome to today's meeting. Welcome, all of you. Welcome to Tarot Tuesday. In this live, we talk tarot. If you're coming from Instagram, good. If you're coming from YouTube and you're walking from YouTube, good as well. Okay, in this live, we talk tarot. If you want a tarot reading, make an appointment through the link that you see in the description. If you would like to see if I am available for an impromptu session, you can visit the link in the chat. Okay, now let's see who joins us today. Tarot Tuesday, March 10th, 2026. We're going to talk. If you have questions about tarot, about reading tarot, I am an advocate of a very practical approach. I do like reading and studying about all the esoteric, mystical things about tarot, but what I really like to do with it is do readings that are helpful, in a practical way. You can see right here, picture of my cat Magic. He's currently napping, waiting for his dinner. So I'm expecting him to show up shortly, asking for food. But as of now, he is taking a nap, so that's great. Or looking outside the window, it is a beautiful day. You might be on the fire escape, actually, enjoying the weather, and see if there's any birds that are coming in. Coming to visit. Okay. All right, Tarot Tuesday. Welcome. Are we waiting for people to show up? We'll wait a little bit. I have here 2 decks of cards. It's like insane. I have so many decks. Not so many. I have a few decks. But I have only 2 that I use for work. And the rest are like for pleasure. Today, we are going to chat about the 1JJ Swiss. I was looking at a video the other day. Somebody was mentioning the 1JJ Swiss deck. And it's like, yeah, I have a pretty strong connection with that deck. You see, my mentor and teacher, Frank Andrews, he uses that deck still to this day. I'm not sure how many readings he does at this time, because for the past 2 years, 3 years, he said that he was going to retire. So I'm thinking that he probably has retired at this point. But I've seen that deck, and let me tell you, when he says that he has 60 plus years of use, you see all those years in those cards. They really look worn out, to say the least. There's nothing left. So yeah. So while we're here and we're taking time, I'm thinking that we're going to change the time of this appointment. If we're going to keep a Tuesday schedule, which I think we will, we're probably going to make it a later in the day, like 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, or earlier, like lunchtime. Lunchtime is a little bit tricky because at those time, those time I'm busy. Like I'm doing readings with clients, so it's not easy to just show up and chit chat. So we will see. We will see about that. We'll see how that works. All right, we're gonna give it a few more minutes. If you show up, say hi in the chat. And we're gonna talk a little bit. If you don't show up, it's 5 something. Let me start thinking about appetizers and dinner soon. Maybe happy hour. Who knows? I don't drink anymore, so that's not really. It's not really something, but like definitely we can think about that. Now, say hi if you are joining us. Say hi in the chat. And we're going to chit chat a little bit today about the JJ Swiss Tarot deck. As I was saying before, it is I have a very strong connection with this deck for a couple of reasons. One, it is a fantastic and super cool tarot deck. Here's the box. And two, this is the deck that my teacher and mentor uses. I think he still uses it. I don't know how active it is right now, because he's been saying for the past few years that he was going to retire. So I'm expecting him to be retired after over 60 years of doing this. So it takes a toll. But anyway, that's the deck that he uses. And the other day I was looking at, I was online and I came across a video of somebody talking about it. And I was like, yeah, the JJ Swiss, that is a pretty neat deck, and I actually have one. So we might take a few minutes to talk about it. So why is it called JJ Swiss? Well, Swiss kind of like gives it away, Switzerland. But the JJ, what does that mean? So the JJ comes from the substitution. So let's go back a second. Traditional Marseille styles decks, they have in the major arcana, in the trumps, kind of like say major arcana better. So we're gonna go with that. They have two characters. They have the Pope and the female Pope, or Pope Joan, or some version of that. Here they are. These are the two traditional characters of the Arcanum number 2 and number 5. Okay. We could go down a rabbit hole of Pope Joan for a while, but these are the traditional Marseille styles deck. These are the characters that I have. Okay. So at some point, there were some pretty strong religious opinions about things, and card makers didn't want to get in trouble. There were already enough reasons to get in trouble, and a card game, because at that point it was still a card game, mainly. It still is a card game, but we use it for divination more than card games. I think a few areas are still doing a tarot game. So what happened? So how to get out of that issue? So they switched, not we, they switched the female Pope, Pope Joan, with Juno, easy enough, and the Pope himself with Jupiter. They said, we're gonna get rid of those characters. We're gonna be done with it, and we're able to move on. So JJ, okay, that's where the JJ comes from. Other than that, is a pretty standard Marseille style deck. The colors are very, very, very neat. They're very nice colors. They're very bright. Okay, almost like see them in the dark. It's like a highliner. Look at this sun card. Nice. Okay. So very standard Marseille style deck. One other difference is the costumes of the court card. So we have a queen. Look at this queen. Look at this Knight of Cups. So the costumes are this Page of Wands. This very dynamic Knight of Wands. So the costumes are updated from the traditional Marseille ones, which were much more medieval. Look at this Queen of Swords. Well, yeah. So look at this Queen of Coins. And this page. So the costumes are updated a little bit, a few hundred years. But that's about it. For the rest, for everything else, it is a pretty standard Marseille style deck, which is amazing. It's great. Okay, so here we are, the JJ Swiss. The other thing with these cards, the way they are made, the card stock is very, it feels very delicate. So I would expect this to get worn out pretty easily. So I don't use it much. I use it a little bit sometimes, but it's not a deck that I use for work. It's more like for myself sometimes, but not really as a working deck. Even though it's a, so I usually work with a Marseille styles deck. That's my preference. I've been working with different decks over time, but I came to the conclusion that the Marseille styles deck are what I resonate with better. But I still like to see the different type of decks, and especially, lately I've been looking at the Devil card in the decks. So let's take a second to look at this Devil card right here. So the Devil card, in one way or another, always tries to show a character that tries to overcome somebody, to impose himself on somebody else, and controlling somebody else. But every time we see the Devil card, this character only has power and strength until we stand up and we kind of like punch him in the face. At that point, this little devil will fall apart, and we will be free from his control. Yeah, so it's a devil card, and I really like the depiction in the GG Swiss deck. Okay. See you next Tuesday, probably at a different time. So we get more people. And happy Tuesday. Eat some tacos.